On-the-scene coverage of ACC.13 is supported by Janssen Pharmaceuticals, Incorporated.
DKCRUSH-III is a randomized trial of culotte stenting versus double kissing crush stenting for the left main. Now these all sound like complicated terms, but they're technically two different ways of putting two stents in the distal left main bifurcation. And in general, what the results showed was that this double kissing crush technique perhaps was superior to a culotte-based technique. I think whether that is something we should use remains to be seen. The limitations, I think, are that, number one, most operators nowadays are trying to avoid putting two stents in the left main. They're only trying to use a single stent technique, so this would only apply in those cases where a two-stent technique is required. The second thing that's a little different from this study, which is, I think, predominantly conducted in China compared to the United States, is that at 8 months, angiographic follow-up was mandated by the protocol. So they brought everybody back to see what the angiogram looked like. In the United States, we don't do that. It's not recommended, and certainly with the cost consciousness here, that's something that we're not going to advocate. And so the issue or implication of that is that when people come back and we see the distal left main, oftentimes at the ostium of the circumflex, there is the angiographic appearance of a stenosis that often can get treated. And we saw this historically in left main experiences within the United States. So the question is, are these results going to hold up if you don't bring people back to the lab? And certainly that's not explained by this. In the ongoing randomized Excel study, which is a big randomized trial of left main stenting versus surgery, there is no routine angiographic follow-up. So I think that's a pretty significant limitation in terms of the interpretability of those results to the United States.